Let's bring in conservative commentator Dr. Gina Loudon, who is a member of President Trump's Media Advisory Board and former senior advisor to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, Philippe Reines. All right.
Close enough.
You know, we always struggle with your name, Philippe.
I know.
It's not our fault. I believe it's your parents. Dr. Gina, I want to start with you. I mean, this was an hour and 20-minute speech. The rest of the media is in Washington, toasting themselves and patting themselves on the back. I don't think CNN's even covering this rally, which is strange because they consider themselves real news. What did you think of the president's counter-programming tonight?
Dragon energy, Jesse. This was classic Trump at a classic rally. He went longer than than other presidents would certainly go at a rally. Of course, other presidents didn't have rallies, and he outlined who his enemies are, outlined what his accomplishments are, and outlined his goals. And so classic Trump, good stuff. Loved it.
Yeah, very much a campaign rally, Philippe. I mean, this is Michigan. He eked out a historic victory there over Hillary Clinton, and I think this was paid for by the campaign, so definitely politics in the air. And speaking of politics, brought something up that's making everybody in this country very angry: the attack on Dr. Jackson, who was nominated to the VA secretary. A lot of the things that Jon Tester, the senator from Montana, said turned out to be flat out wrong, could not even prove them. The things about crashing a car while inebriated or being drunk and knocking on doors in South America. The Secret Service checked those allegations out, could not find any evidence at all. The president mentioned that in the speech tonight. Let's hear what he had to say.
What they said about this great American Dr. Ronnie Jackson, an admiral in the Navy. He served 3 presidents. President Obama said he was fantastic. President Bush said he was fantastic. I say he's fantastic. This is a high-quality individual like they would love in Montana. And Tester started throwing out things that he's heard. Well, I know things about Tester that I could say, too. And if I said him, he'd never be elected again.
So, Philippe, you have to admit that smear of Dr. Jackson by Senator Tester, pretty disgraceful.
No, I don't have to say that, but I'll tell you the facts, which I don't know that we know now. We will, hopefully. There's only one man that could nominate Ronnie Jackson to be Secretary of the VA, and there's only one man that could undo that, and that was Donald Trump. If he wanted Ronnie Jackson to be the Veterans Affairs Secretary, it probably would have happened. It was Donald Trump who on Thursday said, yeah, he wasn't really qualified. It's Donald Trump who basically led him to water to revoke his nomination.
I think he said maybe he wasn't politically qualified, but that was before he knew that these allegations against his character were flat out untrue allegations.
I think we could agree that Donald Trump does not run away from a fight. He ran away from this one pretty fast. And look, if he's so sure, then he can renominate Dr. Jackson on Monday.
I agree. You know what? If Dr. Jackson wanted to stay and fight, he could have stayed and fight. President Trump could have fought that battle as well. But I think you and I would both agree that if there was a nomination coming out of a Democratic president and there was unfounded smears put out by a Republican senator that didn't check out, that would be pretty salacious, and there'd be hell to pay.
I would add that a Democratic president, especially one that I hope would win, probably would have vetted the person before nominating them.
He looks like he vets with his gut, but you know what I mean? Yeah. That got him the presidency, so it's usually right.
But it's not working with his cabinet.
I want to play some sound that the president, some things he said about Jim Comey, who's, you know, is on his book tour. He mentioned Jim Comey's performance on Bret Baier's show, Fox News. Gina, let's get your reaction before we listen.
How about this guy Comey? He said the other night, the fake, dirty dossier, he said the other night on Fox, he said very strongly, no, I didn't know that it was paid for by the Democrats and Hillary Clinton. He didn't know. He didn't know. How about that? They start something based on a document that was paid for by the DNC and Hillary Clinton. Honestly, folks, let me tell you, it's a disgrace. But you watch Comey, and you watch the way he lies. And then he's got the memos. I wonder when he wrote the memos, right? Then he's got the memos, and he puts them up. Watch the way he lies. It's the most incredible thing. Do you remember John Lovitz? Do you remember? The liar. Well, Comey's worse. Comey's a liar and a leaker. I did you a great favor when I fired this guy.
So, Dr. Gina, I mean, it was pretty astounding to hear the former FBI director said he had no idea Hillary paid for the dossier. In fact, he thought Republicans paid for it. I mean, what is going on with that man?
Yeah, I don't know, Jesse. It really, and I'm glad that the president delineated who the actual colluders are here. He laid out very clearly that all this time where they've been trying to prove a Trump-Russia collusion, the actual collusion was with the Democrats, between the Democrats and the Russians, between the Democrats and the media. And that was an important delineation that he made, and I think that's the one that will carry us into the midterms.
All right, Felipe, I got to let you go. And so, Dr. Gina, because Trump went so long, we want to get some of our other guests in here. But thank you guys so much for sticking around, and we'll have you on again soon.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thanks, Jesse.
All right.